Well, hello family, friends, and YouTube. Today is November 14th at 2:49 a.m. in the morning, and Snowee has 2,235 miles on her, and I'm on my way to Texas. My plan is to make this an entire day event. I'm going to not only make it about the journey, I'm going to make it about the destination as well. But today is dedicated to the entire day of riding from Clarksville, Tennessee, all the way to Dallas, Fort Worth. So that is the current plan. And I don't foresee me changing anything because I left this early in the morning to dedicate my time to this. The low light camera system is just GoPro 12, and I've adjusted all of it for low light. So I'm not quite sure how the quality is going to be. And of course it's raining, and this is the first time Snowee will have been ridden in the rain. This is basically the first time Snowee is being ridden at night. So a lot of firsts on this journey. So I'm going to get off here right now. I gotta disconnect this camera anyway because of the rain conditions. So I'll come back in a little bit. It is 4:51 and I'm coming into Jackson, Tennessee. Snowee has 23:54. So this is Jackson, Tennessee. Been on the road for a little while now. Again, let's see, that's 4:51. Place some miles on the bike, and it's been averaging about 56 degrees out here. Right now it is 56 in Jackson, Tennessee. So I just thought I would chime in and give a brief update. Still haven't made my first pit stop yet. I expect to do so within the next 100 miles. Probably somewhere around Memphis or the backside of Memphis. We'll see. Well, I got 2,097 miles on it. I haven't made it to Memphis yet. And a big truck blew a tire, which forced them into the guardrail, which shattered the guardrail and threw it in the middle of the street. And that led me to hitting the guardrail head on. The pieces of guardrail that were laying in the middle of the interstate. I checked, no damage underneath. I don't know how well. Well, I'm surely glad I got the Traction Dynamics engine guard. But I don't know until I get to the first pit stop up here in Memphis. I'm not losing any oil pressure, no tire pressure or anything, so I'll have to grab that body cam or that dash cam to see what that was. But I hit that solid piece of metal and hit it straight on without going down, which was luck. But I also think the engine guard from Traction Dynamics probably saved my bottom of the engine, because they hit pretty hard. So I guess I'll look at that. I'll try to get some of that footage. For now, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Just thought I would report that basically just before 2 2,400 miles at 5:34, just before that time. Happened about 15 minutes ago. I hit that guardrail shrapnel laying in the middle of the road. So we'll move on from here. Well, here we are in Memphis on New Brunswick Road. Here's a Holiday Inn I used to stay in all the time when I traveled. I guess I'll come in here, ask them if I can use their lobby to access my computer, pull that footage off there, because 10 hours worth of riding, I'm sure that footage will overwrite itself, so that's why I'm having to go through all this. So well, all right, stopped at the Holiday Inn, used their lobby to assess and get the footage of the hitting the piece of guardrail that was in the middle of the road. Well, looks like I had the camera still set on nighttime, so I don't know the last few clips. Probably gonna have to scratch them. But anyway, it's 2:30 now, and I was about 60 miles or so from Dallas. And then the GPS routed me through Greenville and tells me to stay on this road for 20-some miles. So I don't know if I'm going to come out on Dallas or not. I don't know where I am at the moment. I'm just following Honda's GPS. So again, since it hit daylight and I never did switch back over, probably all of my daylight clips are probably not going to be able to be used, but that's okay. It's all in the trip. Again, I captured the Memphis incident. It is now 2:35. I am 41 miles away from my destination, so I left around 2:30 or 2:40 in the morning, so it's been almost 12 hours, and that 45-minute delay in Memphis, so I think I made pretty good time. This is the furthest I've ever ridden a motorcycle. Aside from, I think, just a couple stops, most of the time I fueled up, I just pulled the bike up to the gas pump, stayed on it, filled it up with gas, took off. So those of you wanting to know about the Ultimate Seat, the tall boy version, it's the real deal. I've been comfortable the whole time. Now, of course, your neck gets a little stiff from riding, but I've been comfortable this whole time. And I guess I'll repeat what I covered in one of my clips that I'm probably going to have to scratch because I didn't change the camera correctly. I was talking about riding for 10 hours and 10 and a half hours, and one of the things I've learned, the biggest thing is a way to keep yourself occupied. That's the biggest because this Honda radio, it is really bad. I mean, stations go in and out every 3 minutes. I mean, you're hearing the snow on the channel, and that just gives you a headache. And you would like to break that up, you know, music, then break it up to maybe some talk show or something. So I don't know if I need to download podcast or something before I go on a long trip, or just get XM radio, and that way I can listen to the same channel the entire time I'm riding if I want. But you do want to mix up some music. Music is fine until it starts going into a loop. You listen to the music, and then, you know, because I was listening on Pandora, and of course my playlist played multiple times, and I was like, okay, I'm about tired of hearing any of my songs. So I tried to find some kind of radio, scrambling to find it, to search for radios, and come across a few talk radio channels. I have no idea what they were talking about. Didn't really care. It was just something to occupy your mind. So I would say on a long trip, I got the seat. This seat is great. So on a long trip, I'd have to say something to occupy your mind would be my number one thing. Some radio stations, podcast, something that can just break the monotony, and where you could just lose track of time. And that has been pretty challenging for me on this trip, but it won't be on the way back, because I'm gonna have some remedies for that. So what do I think about Texas so far? Okay, for those of you looking through my windshield right now, let me share something about Texas. It's flat. It is flat. This is the biggest hill I'm going up on right now. This might be a mountain in Texas. I don't know. So you can't see the other side of it. That's about the first time. Everything else has just been flat. And these bugs are the size of birds. And when you get hit by these bugs tear through my windshield. I don't know what they're doing. Every time I stop for gas, it's nothing but cleaning off bugs. Yeah, and I got to get them off my paint. I've got to get them off everything. So I spend, you know, time doing my windshield, and then trying to hit the road real quick. I didn't really have that problem until I came into the Texas area. I mean, all through all the other states, I just fueled up, pumped the fuel while I was sitting on the bike. Windshield might have one little piece of bug gut. I could live with that. You come into Texas and that's it. It's nothing but bugs. Everything's hitting your bike. Snowee has never seen this much damage as bugs in her life, and her life has only been 6 months old. She right now has 2,868 miles on her. I have no idea what town I'm going through. I'm just following the GPS. But it has been a very comfortable, the most comfortable ride. I enjoyed the ride. I didn't know I was going to be able to go. I thought I was going to factor in every 3 hours, maybe 30-minute break to a 45-minute break, but I didn't do it. Even though I factored it in, I still didn't do it. That incident in Memphis held up 45 minutes of my time. Short of that, I only had like 2 real pit stops that I would say lasted more than 20 minutes. So that's pretty good timing. And as I said, it's the longest ride I've ever taken on a motorcycle. And I said in one of the previous clips that I may have gonna have to edit out because I didn't switch the camera over, but I mentioned, am I ready for an iron butt ride? You know, that's where you do 1,000 miles in 24 hours. Am I ready for it? Nope, ain't gonna happen. Nope. This is probably the farthest straight shot I'm going to do, because I'm not done with this in 34 more miles. Yeah, in 34 more miles I'll be done with this straight shot. So that would be 600 and I forgot exactly, it's a little over 600 and something miles. The something is different, it's not something changed. It's not like 611 something, it's a chunk. But over 600 miles, I'm not going more than that on a straight shot anymore. You can call me old, you can call me weak, whatever you want. I think I did all right. You know, I left it, like I said, 2 something this morning, 2:45, maybe 2:40. So it's been exactly 12 hours, and I have pretty much been on this seat, in this saddle, pretty much the entire time, except for the 2 breaks. So, hey, I could ride. If I was trying to prove something to somebody, I could probably do it. I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. I should have grabbed Bearded Biker, but I know his schedule's unpredictable. He has to take time off and spend a lot of money down here, and I'm not sure if I was going to be able to go all the way, and I didn't want to have him guessing, are we going, are we not going? So I'm gonna have to apologize for Bearded Biker for not reaching out to him. But last time we spoke is when I had COVID and we had to cancel our trip. So this is one of those, I want to run the distance. I want to try to run the distance, so that's what I did. I run the distance. Bearded Biker, I'll take you somewhere. We'll go somewhere else. But this is it. 10 hours straight shot, or 600 miles straight. That's enough. That's enough for anybody for a day. So I don't want to talk to this in case I come out in Dallas somewhere. I don't know where I'm at. All I know is it says I got 34 miles from my hotel. My hotel is right basically in the center of where Cruise Man, Robert White, and everybody else is located at. So I'll get to the hotel and we'll play things by ear. There's Snowee. She is in the hotel area. We finally arrived. She has 2,907 miles on her, and the time is 3:38. I have no idea if this wraps my day up or not, but just in case it does, until next time, just live your life.